So, I just got to see the movie that for some reason A24 and Hollywood did not want anybody to see last year. It's a movie that I have literally been trying to watch for the better part of a year, literally since it started premiering at festivals about a year ago. Been struggling to get this one in. I'm talking about Sing Sing. This is from director Greg Quidar, and it stars Colman Domingo as well as a whole cast of people that are actually playing, essentially, themselves. If you didn't know, this film is based on a true story, and it follows a group of prisoners who are incarcerated at a prison called Sing Sing. And we follow Colman Domingo, who's playing a prisoner who is locked up for a crime that he didn't actually commit, as he runs sort of a theater group amongst these prisoners. They use theater as a way to sort of distract themselves and escape, but also almost be rehabilitated. I don't know. It's really a wonderful, wonderful story that's being told here, and this is one of, if not the most beautiful movie from 2024. And because of that, I just would like to say, A24, shame on you for making it very hard to see this movie, and Academy, shame on you for not nominating this. I mean, you think Amelia Perez is better than this? First off, some pros about the movie. The performances here are obviously stunning. Colman Domingo obviously is the standout here. I've been talking about this man for years and years and years. Ever since the first season of Fear the Walking Dead, I've been singing this man's praises. He is one of the best actors working today, and every time he is on screen, he delivers something special, and this is the standout performance of his career. He is magical in this movie, and you can make a very strong argument that it is the best performance of last year. He is super, super good in this movie. He has 3 or 4 or maybe even 10 scenes in this film that could be played at his Oscar scene, right? There are so many great ones. There's one in particular that really just left me floored emotionally, and this is a movie that just does that in general. It's a movie that's extraordinarily emotional and is going to leave you with some not so very dry eyes by the conclusion. Now, where you end up crying, that might differ. There are so many different moments that are worthy of those tears. But man, they are going to come one way or another. Most likely at the expense of a Colman Domingo performance moment. He's so powerful here. Also in this movie is Clarence Macklin, who the movie is kind of based on. He's playing himself in this movie, and this, I believe, is his first ever cinematic role. And yeah, he's really great here. I know for the entire year there were talks that he was the favorite to win the Oscar for Best Supporting Actor. He didn't even get nominated. Screw you, Academy. But he's excellent here. He's powerful, he's also extraordinarily emotional, and he adds this dynamic, this character dynamic between him and Colman Domingo that the movie really needs. There's something just so innocent and wonderful about this movie. The people I was watching this movie with, they mentioned something to me that it's just kind of adorable to watch these men who are supposed to be, you know, who stereotypically you imagine these prisoners who are in there for, you know, probably some not so good things, maybe some violent and evil things. These men, when they're there, just seem very nice and very honest and very lovable. They're just like these sweet old men performing in a play, and there's something just so wonderful and whimsical about this movie. This movie captures the magic of theater and the magic of acting and the magic of participating in the creation of art and the creation of these worlds that you actually make when you're working in theater or working in film or anything like this. And it leaves you feeling so warm just watching these guys talk about the play and act and go through their struggles, and that emotion in this movie is what makes it so strong. Now, you can almost say it's cheap emotion. Like, there's a few scenes in here that are like, okay, yeah, obviously you're gonna pull emotion out of that. It's almost so easy that you can call it cheap. But you can't deny that it works. There are so many moments in this movie that just tug at your heartstrings in a way that grip you to the screen and get you so invested in these characters and in this movie. And yeah, partially it's because of the performances. The performances are so good here. You just feel like you're watching a documentary. It's just so real and so grounded and so heartbreaking, but so beautiful. But as you're watching the performances and this story just continues to unravel and you learn more about these characters and why they're there and where they're going and what their aspirations are and what they're going through, you feel so connected to them, and that's where the emotion is really so strong in this movie. This thing flies through its runtime. It's about an hour and 45 minutes long, and it feels like it was about 20 minutes long. I was so on board for this thing. I could have watched another 2 hours of this. Watching these prisoners come together in this very hard moment in their lives, in this very complex moment in their lives, and deal with the struggles of being an incarcerated person and what that means, right? The issues with our prison system, the issues with our parole systems, right? Dealing with all of those things while also just trying to find a way to still be human, to still be people and do this beautiful theatrical play. Like, it's just such a great story, and the fact that it's based on true events is remarkable, and this play and theater system that actually happens at this Sing Sing facility It's incredible. This movie left me floored, it left me amazed, and it mostly left me angry because of the way A24 decided to market this film. If you didn't know, A24 didn't really give this movie much of a release. They had given it a small limited release window, and then they did a wider release window that I believe only lasted for about a week or two. Now for me, that wider release did not include literally any movie theater in my area, so I was never able to see this movie, so I was on board waiting for streaming, which you would assume, like most movies that are contending for award season, would come near the end of the year, right? November, December, if it didn't have its full theatrical release beforehand. Well, this movie, that never happened. This movie did not become available to stream until this week, in February of 2025. That's insane. Now, I don't know what kind of contractual agreements or whatever went into play that made it so they had to release it this way, but this has to be the biggest botch of a release schedule in an Oscar campaign that I've ever seen in my life. This is a movie that is so remarkable and so amazing. It's easily a masterpiece. It's a film that should be in the conversation to win Best Picture. Instead, because of the way A24 treated this movie, and because of the fact that nobody really got to see it, it's not even nominated. Not only is it not in contention, it's not even in the category! Which is mind-boggling to me, because it's like, I feel like anybody who sees this movie, it's obvious that this is one of the 5 best movies of last year. I don't even think it's close. I don't even think it's really worth debating over. This is easily one of the 5 best movies of last year, maybe even the best. To not even see it in that category, who do you blame for that? The Academy, who I'm assuming a lot of people within the Academy just didn't get to see this movie, like myself? Or do you blame A24 for their shitty ability to get eyes on this magnificent film that they produced? Now, I don't want to crap on A24 too much because, God, they do such a great job with film. They get so many new and up-and-coming filmmakers. They get their work out there. They get their work seen. They've built up careers for so many people, and they've done an amazing job, but man, did they drop the ball with Sing Sing, because this is one of the best movies they have ever produced, and nobody's seen it. So that's why I'm here to tell all of you to go see Sing Sing and make this film what it deserves to be, which I guess is now going to be a cult classic. It's what's gonna have to happen. I've seen a lot of comparisons of this movie to, like, Shawshank Redemption. I don't think it's similar at all. It's a very different movie than Shawshank Redemption, but it can be very similar in the sense that, yeah, it didn't get the praise or the love or, like, the attention that it deserved on release, but all these years later, let's treat Sing Sing like the masterpiece that it is. Because I'm giving Sing Sing a 5 out of 5. This movie is brilliant, it's perfect, it's amazing. Go watch it, please. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like this video, subscribe for more notifications. I'll see you in the next one.